Hello and welcome. Oftentimes, when you enter into a token, when it first starts off on an exchange like Bittrex, I mean, it can be bad times from the start. And sometimes they just go up, and well, that's why I wanted to use this simple token. And we're just going to do one of those back in time kind of deals. Price action currently in at 812. And do a double order place, at least on the sell situation. A differential, if you were to buy at A12 to this, is that of 114 points. That's in near that of 15%. You could even just go a hair higher. After all, if you would have been able to sell this, you could buy it right back. And then for fun, you'd want to have a seller, but noticeably higher. Like in the area of like, in here even. You could even go higher than that, like in the 14. If you're buying at 800, where you want to buy next, maybe if it dips to a hair above 7, and even do another one maybe at around, uh, don't know why the line didn't appear when I wanted to put it in, but maybe again at about 350, and let's increase this even. And this would have to go up and down in time as the price would move. And there we go, a buy at 710. Move the sell order down and remove the 14 or lower rather the 1401 a little bit, maybe to 1176. 7010, maybe now we go about 587 and just lower this down a little bit as well. And we can see here that this sell order would come into play. And then move it over again to the next order already placed close to a buy, and there it is at 707. Display a few more candles. Have the new orders in place, so buy a little lower. Does it buy? Not yet. I guess I can't say yet, at least not now. There we have it, a buy at 583. New orders in, bit more candles to view. And let's see what happens here. So we'd have a spot where it would sell at 696. You could buy 610. I think it could go either way because by waiting you're trying to get a lower buy, but by buying you can enable yourself to sell back in this high 7 or north of 750. I will not be doing the immediate buyback. Rather, I would have 515 on this. And here we go, a sell order hit at 848. And even though you missed out on what was a higher number, now newly adjusted to 1024, you still get a sale at the higher price. So you can be unlucky and still profit on this. There would be the buyback in at that price. Let's continue on moving forward. Let's see if it's a sell. Well, yeah, it looks well above. It's 800 is a high for sure. Well, not really 791, but that's still 3 basis points lower. Thus, a hit. And close enough to the low. Didn't buy, no buybacks yet. But as we're ending December, we see a little bit. There we have it. 605 is a hit. And we continue on. And a sell order right off the bat, or quickly thereafter, rather. Could have been higher. So be it. And given that coming off of a 788 sell, I probably should have went for a price closer to 800 as well. And we'll wait for the cheaper buy. Did it come? It didn't go there. Nope. Did there though. Yeah, most certainly. And as we move into the new year, this is at 29th or December 30th. And not able to, okay. Two buy orders would have hit there. We'll say at 464, 264. The actual low coming in at 25. Oh, you could have bought lower. Stuff like that will happen. That's a case of pretty much one person with a lot of the coins selling it down immediately, usually in one order, and then the price will always come back to where it came from. As long as it's just that one quick sell, there are strategic ways of unloading large amounts and keeping the price down. Obviously, this not being one of it, but all buys that come in would count. And when you buy at 264, you could probably sell at 618. But then, even what you sell at 464, it could have been sold at 618 as well. And I don't even need to change my orders. I mean, I suppose I could say, oh, I'm going to try for a better price next time. And then just wait through. But there would be a buy at the 464, which you could sell at 584, differential of 120. And you know what? I think I would, and I in that spot. But meanwhile, I would lower the order a bit because it just seems as if it's probably going to be lower. No need to go about that 460 number. And there we go, a 794 hit on the upside. And the price comes close to 604. There it hits it. And then we move into the month that just passed, which was February. Not taking advantage of moves like this because the volatility of this game hasn't been chosen. This one didn't create a sell order, but this one did. And buyback at 641 after 789. Differential would be 150 points. It's marginal. I suppose what you could do is buy it back and just maybe up your sell order close to under the 9 number now. And I do have an upper order, which I just move up as well, just a little bit. And as you can see, the cheaper buy would have been the better play. As we now complete the month of February, move into March. And that's where we stand. 679. Like I say, this went up. Started off at 812. Well, portfolio would go up when you trade it like this. And I've put the information into a spreadsheet with the price changes, dividing it by 100 million to get into Satoshi. Ownership is the last number, add the buy, subtract the sells. This number, the alt amount, multiply price, multiply 1.0025 to handle the rake. And within the rake on this one, you take this number, multiply this, and then multiply 0.9975%. So we'll assume we start off with 25,000 of this as just a whatever number. You get an original buy on your first play, you enter into it, you've obviously not going to buy anywhere near what you bought before. You've seen your price go down about 100 basis points. So that's about 10% more. And that isn't much compared to the volatility it went further at, which is usually normal when I do these exercises. So maybe you'll buy about 3,000. And then we have a sell, which we are selling at a basis increase of 117 basis points. That's about 15%. So we'll say about 2,500 we'd want to sell. And then we have a buyback. What I want to do with buybacks is buy this one back. So therefore I want to spend very close to, maybe even a hair above the 206 number. And in doing so, I could obviously go maybe somewhere around 28.75, even 29 and a quarter. Yep, we'll do 2,900. So that was a gain of 4 coins. It goes down more, down to 583. So you're adding and investing additional Bitcoin. We've up to 28,400. The price decline is that of 124 basis points, a little over 20%. So maybe you want to add like 3,600, bring it up to an early even 32,000. Then a small increase to the 696 number. Maybe you sell about 2,600 here. And then another sale at 848. And as I was saying, if you keep it at this number until it stops, I don't think that's a bad strategy at all. Realize you're just going to wait for it to buy back when it's ready to. In this case, the 643 would have done so. 3,200 is lower than the number. 3,300, as is that. 3,400, close enough. In fact, it's a little bit of a decline, so we'll just, or lower, I should say, not decline. We'll decline as in smaller as this. 219.17 and 219.93. And then we have a sell again, so we can sell maybe even increase the number a bit, so sell 2,800. And then the buyback. Therefore, last time it was 3,400. This time we can see we can maybe gain a little bit more. So that's now taken care of on a buyback. Another sell again, and you could even increase it some more, maybe go 3,000 even. And then we have the buyback on the 604. So therefore, with the 3,000, okay, let's just assume 3,600. Obviously, that's handleable. We'll go 3,650. Yeah, it's close. Actually, we'll do the same 36 and a quarter we did before. But then two buys come in here for decent amounts. The first one of the differential, and that's that one that had that move lower. So how would you place your order? So assuming you had your order fill at 600, you got to put sell orders in. Yeah, might as well sell about 3,000 again. That's not going to happen on the fill. It would be these buys that happen at once. The one that you could have bought at 25 on the lower end. Well, in a spot like this, your original buy was a differential of about, or exactly that, of 140 basis points, which is like 20%. So you can even think about like 5, 6, 700, we own 31,000, so 5,000, easy enough. So let's just go 4,500. Now in here, this is where you can put just a sick number in, like 8,000. And now we're going to make two different sell orders, one to handle this one and one to handle this one. So how would we do this? Well, we now own 44,000. You would have noticed you got your buy orders filled. And I suppose I could just bold this because that obviously got taken back, but you have a 44,000 inventory. So if you're going to go 10%, that's 4,000, which is pretty easy to do. So you can even go like 4,800 sell on tokens. So you sell 4,800 twice. And if you sell more, that's exactly what we're going to be looking to sell again. That brings your inventory down to 34.5 or 34,550. Long, long ways to go in selling 4,800 lots before it becomes a problem with you running out. 3 sell orders in a row, and you're only starting to sweat as far as running out, and your profits just keep going up galore. But the price does go back, so therefore we can buy this back. 4,800 was the original one. About 6,000. It's cheaper. 6,200, 6,500. Well, not quite. 6,400 will work. And then it goes up again. We were selling 4,800 before, so maybe go 5,200 this time. Market goes up again to 79.4 or 794, selling 5,200 again. Then we go back to 604. What can we get on that? Well, let's just see what 6,800 would give us. Pretty much the exact number, barely lower. And then we're selling again, maybe up it a bit more to 5,400. This would be the buyback here, so 7,000. Not quite. Right there. So at the end of this exercise, the ownership would be 38,550, a little over 38,500. Starting off with 25,000. Prices went down in value. Not by much, though. Let's just take a sum of Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. And we'll just copy and paste all the way up here. So 0.48 was the cost, the receive. 0.27. What's the mathematical differential? We'll take this and subtract it. 0.206, which is pretty much the exact same thing. And that wasn't by design, but interesting. And when you're buying back the way you are, that not too big of a surprise. But considering you added extra buys in there, I find that really interesting that it's that number. So you didn't really gain any Bitcoin. You marginally did, but I'm not going to count that as a gain. I'm going to count that as a break even on base currency. But if you're able to increase your portfolio 50% better than that, marginally better, and the market only goes down like 25, 23, 24%, you're still technically overperforming what has been and thus far is that of a downtrend. And of course, when the markets go up, you're just going to be able to liquidate all the extra coins that you've been able to accumulate along the way. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.